Hello, 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 everyone. This is Amisha News and Visions, and thank you, thank you all for actually listening to my call for today. And I want to speak to you all today a little bit on relationships. And I have really been thinking about this topic for a while because of the fact that it's a lot of women and men that are in relationships where it comes down to abuse. Physical abuse, mental abuse, and it's getting to the point now to where they're only thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about the children and who it will affect in the future or for right then and there. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, we get tired of listening to things on the news, social media, about men abusing females, and if it's not, if they're not abusing the females for physically or mentally, they're doing some harm to the children. And, and it hits so close to home because by you being a parent, you can say, oh, my God, I can't believe that this person actually did this. What were they thinking? That's the point. They don't think. They react, but don't think. And so that's why I want to really come across today when it comes down to the relationship for the men and the women. If you're not in a relationship because you really love that person, that's not a relationship you need to be in. There's nothing wrong with having someone you dating every now and then, you having fun with, you enjoying life with. But if you are in a relationship and you don't love that person, and that person is always saying bad things to you to put you down, hitting on you, pushing you, slapping you, you name it, you can relate, you know what I'm talking about, you don't need to be in that relationship. Because that is not what I call love. Hitting someone is not what I call love. Telling someone that I don't want you, nobody else don't want you, is not love. That's when you need to get out. You don't need to leave and then come back. No. Because what's going to happen, it's going to be worse than what it was before you left. The first time the opposite sex will leave or either put a mark or a hand on you, it's time to leave. And when you leave, ladies and gentlemen, don't look back to that relationship. It's gone. Leave it in the past. Move on. Because I'm going to tell you something. Before you got in that relationship, you didn't have a problem finding the opposite sex. Okay? Someone that cares about you, love you, and think the world of you. Even though the relationship might have didn't work out for certain reasons, but the point was you wasn't degraded. They didn't make you feel low. They didn't make you feel like you wasn't worth anything. And if they did, okay, you got out of one bad relationship and went to another relationship. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. If you can figure out why am I doing this to myself, I'm going to tell you how you do that. Dig deep down, because a lot of times where a lot of this actually comes from, and I'm going to be honest with you, it comes from the childhood. And a lot of people don't know that because a lot of people haven't did any kind of, I said, reading, different things of learning the different parts of your mindset, learning how to enhance your mindset, learning how other people think, learning from, relationship status. There's a lot of things out there, ladies and gentlemen, that we need to learn about ourselves and others. Because as an adult, you will not never stop learning. Just because you ain't going to school doesn't mean you can't learn. We're always learning something. And, a lot of people say, well, I can go and talk to an elder person. And, elder people, I'm going to tell you, they are very wise. You can learn a lot from elder people that actually been through situations. But now, in these days and times, some of them haven't. So what you need to do is start learning things on your own. Start enhancing things in your mind to where that you would know to read certain signs of the individual person. That will keep you out of a lot of trouble. But I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to tell you this. When you was a child, or someone that you know was a child, let's say your parents, or it might not be your parents, could be your mother with someone else, or a stepfather, or vice versa. They were always fussing, fighting, call each other names, blood, shit, and tears, things of that nature. Cops was called. They're always in the emergency room because something always happening to them. And you saw this as a child. You saw this. You, your siblings, or just you yourself. What do you think that would do to a child's mind at an early age? The child's thinking, the child's scared. The child don't know what to do at a young age. So that child grows up, start thinking that's the right thing to do. I should be able to do my significant other like that. And, it could start from middle school, high school, elementary school. You never know. Because sometimes things start at a younger age. They could start in elementary school, where they be hitting on each other, other people. And kids, you can say, well, they just mean. They're just boys. They're just girls. But deep down, you don't know what it is because you don't know what that child is thinking. Okay? Then it goes to middle school. Then it goes to high school, and it transitions to your adulthood. And instead of it was dealt with when you was younger because maybe your parents didn't know, but then again, maybe they did know. You have to think about it now. So when it comes down to this, you think that your child is not going to be doing the same thing to their significant other? Think about it. Or will they do that to significant other? They know better. Don't get me wrong. They know better. They know it's wrong. But the point is, they seen this done when they was kids. And I can actually speak on a lot of these topics because I was once there. I know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? So I know because when you were a young child, okay, and when you were a young child, you started seeing things from your parents. Parents started teaching you certain things. That's not to you at that point in time. Yeah, you felt like it was the truth, it was right because they are your parents. You're gonna listen to your parents, and you're gonna start doing certain things that they do when you start to grow up, right? But they only have a certain amount of education themselves. Certain things you thought that was right wasn't right when you got older, and you realized that. So you had to take a lot of that into consideration. And that's a lot of changes that had to be made in your life. Because if you don't put a stop to that now, what can happen is the next person to go around is going to be the same way, and the same way. And to me, that's just like going around in a circle. It's a cycle that never ends. And it can jump from you to your child to their children. And just like if you leaving, let's say you're leaving a legacy behind for your family, okay? And you want that legacy to go from generations to generations to generations. But now you're not looking at the way this stuff was going when you was younger. It's leaving from you to your children, to their children, to their children. Because nothing has stopped it and blocked that circle from continuing to go on. And that's a part of what we call negativity. And that negativity is what we don't want to continue in our family history, circle, or lives. We want our children to be able to live our legacy. But our legacy is not being abused. It's not allowing that significant other to abuse us physically or mentally. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Stop blaming the situation on the other person. Don't keep saying it's his fault, it's her fault, all of it is his fault, all of it is her fault. No. Start taking that responsibility for yourself, too, as well, because you played a part in this, too, as well. Don't think you didn't. You played a part in this as well. We think, okay, I was just sitting on the couch and he just went off. I was in there washing dishes, or I was watching a ball game and she went off on me. It's more to it, though. Really, it's more to it. Don't keep thinking that it's not more to it. It's more to it. But you got to learn to forgive yourself first. Forgive yourself and love yourself enough to move forward in life. Because no one is not going to do it for you. No one. But I'm going to tell you another thing. You want to be there for your children and watch them grow up and finish high school, graduate from college. But if you continue to keep going through the same cycle, Lord forbid if you will make it. And I'm just being honest. I know the parents, as parents, we don't want to see nothing come harm to our children. Nothing. I think about it every day. I pray for my children every day. They grow, I pray for them every day. Because you just don't know what might be going on. And yes, they my kids. Yes, I love all of them. Even down to my grandchildren, all of them. But the point is, they have to learn things on their own, too, in order to survive out here. And if they do wrong, if I know about it, I'm correct. Why did you do that? Okay. Well, do you think that there was the best solution for what you did? Think about it. What could you have did differently that would change that situation around? Think first before you act. And stop allowing yourself to keep going back into the same relationship that you was already in. Stop saying, I don't have nowhere to go. Stop saying that nobody won't help me. Stop saying that he's the only one that loves me. She's the only one that loves me. Stop saying that. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's a lot of people out there that will love you and show you the love that you need and the compassion that you need. You don't need to be degraded. You don't need to be put down. You don't need to be slapped down. Your kids don't need to see you being slapped down, put down, called every name in the book besides the name that your parents gave you. And that's what I'm trying to say. Think about your children. Think about your life. Think about your parents if they're still here on this earth. Think about your aunts, your uncles. How would they feel if something would happen to you? I done heard so many stories of, he was a very hard-working individual man, and, they don't understand why this person would do this to him. Or she was a very hard-working woman, very loving woman, caring for her children. I don't see why someone would do this to her. Right, we don't see why someone would do this to us. But I'm going to tell you what it is. It's the individual's mindset. They don't think. There's a lot of things that's up there in their mind that had happened to them in their childhood that they had seen and they have witnessed. And what had happened is that circle had left from their parents and their family and just went to them. And so what that next thing they do, they thinking it's love because they thinking, if I do this to her, hit her, or if I hit him, I'm still showing him that I love him. I'm still showing her that I love her. No, No, no. Hitting, pushing, shoving, kicking, calling names is not love. And don't let no one tell you that it is. That is not love. Love is when you can't wait to get home to see that person. Love is when you will do whatever you can to make sure that she or him is always happy, no matter what. But when it comes down to hitting, slapping, kicking, name calling, that's not love. That's not love. And I'm going to tell you, I wish you ladies and gentlemen the best, but never ever say that they love me, that's why I stayed in a relationship. No. Don't never say because my child needs their father, I stayed in a relationship. No. There's a lot of single parents out here that's raising their kids, and they are much better off raising their children as a single parent than they are in a relationship that is having an abusive relationship, plus physical and a mental relationship. Because the children don't need to see that. The children don't need to see that. They don't need to grow up in a situation like that, and next thing you know, something happened to their parents. And then what can they do then? They got to be raised by someone else in your family, which that is not fair to them. They need the love of that person that birthed them. That's what they need. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I really want to say today. And I really hope that you take this to heart and really listen to what I had to say today, because this is a subject that a lot of people really need to step up and talk about. And I want to start here with the success story of how do you make it out of that real abusive relationship? How do you make it out? What do you do to overcome certain situations in your life? I want to be able to hear that. Okay? And I want to let you know that you are loved, you are someone, and you are special. You are loved, you are someone, and you are special. You are beautiful inside and out. You are handsome inside and out. You are loved each and every day. Think about it. Think about what I just said. Start repeating some things to yourself. Well, I'm going to end this call today, and I want to thank you all for actually listening to this call. And if you have any questions or if you want to leave a comment below this call, feel free to do so. You can reach me on Facebook at Amisha Newsom Vision. You can also reach me on Twitter at Amisha Newsom Vision, and also on Instagram as Amisha Newsom Vision. And I'm going to spell that out to you as well. That is AMETIANEWSOMEVISIONS. Amisha Newsom Vision. And if you have any questions you would love to ask, any questions at all, I'll be glad to answer them. Like I said, you can reach me on Facebook, you can reach me on Twitter, you can reach me on Instagram, also the YouTube page that this call is actually uploaded on. Leave a comment below. And I thank you all for listening to my call today, and have a blessed and wonderful day.